Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Today, we have the live call-in show from this past Sunday night. It was Father's Day, June 15th, 2025. And Scotty G, of course, joins me. And we take your calls for the hour. And we had an hour full of calls. It was great. We talked some cool kids summer. We had a great call from down in Gainesville, Florida. Dennis called in with a great trip report from out at Disneyland. He's out in Indianapolis. Rogers called in from down in Arkansas with an opportunity to go back to Disneyland for a brief period of time after just being there the week before with his family. So we talk about that and an awesome place he got to experience with his family over at DCA that you might not even know about and more. We just had lots of great calls. So hope you enjoy this hour of fun Disney talk. Don't forget, today's episode always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us on the air, so a huge thank you to each and every one of you. You could support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP open line for Sunday night, June 14th, actually 15th, 2025. Happy Father's Day to all the Disney dads out there. Two of them here in the studio. Going to talk Disney with you for the next hour at 407-584-7173. That's 584-7173 in the 407, your favorite area code. We're going to have a good time. We're going to do a little listing tonight like we wanted to do last weekend, but we never got to it. I'll tell you what that's all about here in just a second. But first, I got to talk to my buddy who I'll be hanging out with in 3 weeks from tonight. We'll be back together sailing the seas on the Disney Magic. Maybe. I got a story real quick as we get rolling here. Scotty G in the house. Scott, happy Father's Day. What's going on?
You said maybe.
Well, because
so is there a chance?
Here's the deal, right? I'm cleared to sail. I got the notice on the app. Dude, I'm good. I cleared to sail. My wife, however, not cleared to sail.
Oh.
Because, dude, her birth certificate looks like the Magna Carta. It is so old. Not saying she is, but her birth certificate is ripped in two pieces.
Yeah.
And because it's the OG, like, and it's been accepted before. Like, I mean, I've used the same picture before and it's been accepted. So I just use the same picture and send it in, you know, as you got to do. Denied. So I'm like, Pam, where's that frail papyrus birth certificate that we've used before? Because it got kicked out. And so we got to do something about that, right? I was like, maybe the seam was wrong. Maybe the lighting was bad, whatever. We got to figure this out so you can sail. I'm like, I'm good. I was like, you're causing me problems right now. And I can't have these problems. She's like, oh, I got a new one. She's like, I went to the state, I mailed off and I got a new one. And so she breaks out this brand spanking new one. I mean, it doesn't even look official. I'm like, this thing looks fake. So I sent in the new one. And now we're still pending 3 days later, which I'm not sweating it because I know that you can show these things at the port and it is legal. I mean, it says state of Missouri. It looks just like kind of like Mallory's now. But it doesn't look as official as the old one. But I mean, her old one, I know I can't post a picture of it because it's her official documentation, but I mean, I swear it looks like the Magna Carta. Like it looks like it's something straight out of like Egypt or the 1500s or something. It is so old. I'd have kicked it out too if I was Disney Cruise Line. But I mean, I keep telling her like, I'm good to go. Like we got to solve this problem, but we will. But that's, you know, it's just one of those things like it nags at you. Like I just want to see all green, you know, complete.
I'm not cleared either.
You're not cleared either? What's going on?
Well, I haven't gotten yes or no yet.
Oh, you're still pending. So, okay. See, I was
still pending.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good. I mean, I was, now I'm back to pending because of her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what you do.
I'm sure I won't be, because they'll probably want different photos of me. Cause it was like you roll out of your bed, it's midnight, you're trying to do the stuff, because I just want to get my good port arrival time. So I'm sure there was something about the photo I submitted that they didn't like. But this happened before you did this to me. It was back in 2016, I believe it was. We were set to sail, and you said, Scott, there's a chance I might not be sailing with you, brother, because you were hoping that you were going to be on Big Brother that summer.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
if you
dude.
remember this.
That was Big Brother. I was like 17 or something, dude. I applied and
Maybe
I
it
was
was 7. I don't know. Maybe it was 17. I remember there was one.
yeah, dude. I was all in on that season, dude. I sent in the audition tape and I was in, dude. I
And
was
you
for
were just
sure I
like,
was getting
FYI,
cast.
like,
Yeah.
I might not be.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
had
sure
all
for
kinds of
you.
contingency plans. I had people covering for me for the whole summer. Like I was gonna win the 500,000. That was
'Cause, yeah, that was a podcast cruise. That was when we did the fantasy.
I know,
7
and that
nights
was
on
one of
the
the best
fantasy.
podcast cruises we ever had. So I'm glad I didn't get cast.
Yeah, you were
And
probably bummed though. Like,
yeah, I mean, because that was the time I drove all the way to Kentucky for a casting call on Good Friday. I drove all the way to where University of Kentucky is in Lexington, and they had a casting call in a mattress store, and you had to like do your spiel like in this room in a mattress store with all these other weirdos that are trying out for Big Brother. And I was the most normal of anybody in there. So I was like, I know I'm not getting on the show. Like, I mean, because imagine the people that are on Big Brother, right? I mean, I was maybe that was to my favor that I was like the most normal person in the house. Like, but dude, I was like, I'm probably not getting on at that point. But I thought maybe they'll take a dude
who
from
was
Missouri.
on that season? I can't even remember now. Like, that was a good season.
It
wasn't
was. It was like there were a lot of good people on that one.
It was like the dentist on that one. Like, I can't
remember,
no.
but it would have been. Oh God, I'd have loved it. I still keep telling Pam if I would have got on Big Brother back in those days, I'd have won for sure. I had a feeling. I'd have probably been the first boot, but you gotta have confidence. Anyway, it'd have been fun. I mean,
Anyway, happy Father's Day to you, Mike.
Happy Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to all of our friends, Jason, Dennis, all the friends, Joshua, Sean, everybody, Peter, and the Andrew. We've got so many dads tuned in today, so hopefully you had a great Billy Bean over on Instagram. Maddie, I've got so many dads tuned in, so hopefully you're just kicking back and you had a good dinner, good lunch, got to spend time with your family. Now you're just being able to relax. So tonight we're going to open up phone lines, talk about whatever you want. I thought one of the things we might talk about, think about like Disney dads around the theme parks. Like what would Disney dads be like? Statler Waldorf. Like they'd be kind of awesome Disney dads, right? I mean, sarcastic. They'd just cut you down, but like they would be like that fun. Like imagine them like if you're bringing... Like I could see like Stadler and Waldorf, like if you had like a teen daughter, right? And you had to bring them home to Stadler and Waldorf and they just rip your, make like the new date uncomfortable constantly kind of thing. Just thinking like who would be like Disney dads around the theme parks?
I mean, like characters. I mean, we know the Carousel of Progress dad is
He'd be the ultimate
Father's Day dad.
Yeah. He's the given. I was trying to think off the beat. Like who, like I'm trying to think like who else? Like Buzz Lightyear, I mean, if he was a dad, like Woody, if he was a dad, like if they were dads. I'm just saying.
They were dads.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to think. I'm trying to stretch it. It's Father's Day. Who knows? But also, I was thinking we could list things too. Like you call in, I give you a list. Like top 3, deluxe hotels in your opinion. Give us those 3. Boom. We just have to talk about it for a few minutes and just rate them. We're just going to rate things tonight. Because Jason did such a great job with that new, it's not really an app. I don't know what it is he did over in the clubhouse. He wrote a script, I guess, where it's like head to head. You do a little head to head matchy thing. And you have to, man, it is hard. Like some of them are easy because they'll say like, okay, pick between these 2 real quick. You got to pick between like Epcot attractions. Okay, pick between the land and Spaceship Earth. I don't want to make that pick. I love those 2 too much, but you have to pick. And then you got to pick between Frozen Ever After and the Season of Nemo and Friends. And what happens is after 5 minutes, it tells you your order of your favorite attractions. It's an amazing thing that he did for us. And everybody's talking about their listings and stuff, their favorite attractions. We thank Jason for doing that and sharing his talents. But I thought we kind of rank just off the top some things, favorite 3 snacks, stuff like that as we call in. Just to have some fun tonight, talk some Disney. I'm just in the mood. So you have anything you want to talk about tonight, Scott? Anything on your mind?
No, I like that. I just want to comment on Jason Miller's has a really great underappreciated dad in Spaceship Earth when they're watching like the TV, right? Like with the rocket, the space launch. I think that's a great underrated dad when they're watching the TV there in Spaceship Earth. I think that's a great one. Fun little fact, there used to be a Beatles record in that scene, and it always bugged me because it wasn't like a true Beatles record. As a Beatles fanatic, like it just said the Beatles, and it wasn't like the White Album because it was just like white. It just seemed fake, and it bothered me for years. And then all of a sudden, it was gone. So maybe Disney caught on to that they had like a fake Beatles record just sitting there on the record collection there. But that's a good answer. I like that one.
I had no idea about that. But I've always wanted that terrarium out of that scene. Like that's my one prop. I've always said if I could take one prop, that's another thing I could ask our listeners. If you could take one prop from any attraction at Walt Disney World, what would it be? Because that is my prop. Is the terrarium in that scene in Spaceship Earth where they're watching the moon landing? That terrarium, for some reason, I've always wanted that terrarium. Like that, I just love that thing. So the phone lines are open, 407-584-7173. I'm not going to try to read the old phone number like I did last weekend all the time. 407-584-7173.
Since we've last gone live, we over the last week we created a logo for the podcast cruise. So that's kind of fun news.
That is.
For those that are sailing with us.
That's the thing is like we've kind of kept it like totally secret. Like when are we going to debut this sucker? I mean,
I don't know. When are we going to?
I know because I mean it was kind of your doing, so I didn't want to blow up your spot on it. But I've been showing it to everybody that has no like connection to the.
I mean, there's nothing like anyone. I mean, because what can people do with it? I don't because like we're sailing and like you just said we're going to be
3 weeks
in the dining room in 3 weeks from tonight.
I want to show it off. Like I can't wait, dude. I've been showing it to everybody I can, in real life. That's all I did yesterday at our family Father's Day celebration. I showed it to my entire family. And all the iterations. And
I mean, we could share it on the live show if we wanted to.
We could.
And then we could
let's
put it
do
in the Discord.
Well, hey, we could do it right here because we share it here. But hey, we got a caller. So caller's on the line. Hey, caller, who's there?
Hi, Scott. It's Rogers from Arkansas again. How are you guys?
Hey, good. Sorry, you broke up. Who?
Rogers.
Rogers? Is it Rogers? I was making sure. Rogers. Yep, hey, what's going on, brother? Arkansas. Hey, thanks for calling in. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to you guys. I know I just called last week, so I'll keep it short and sweet this week. But there was actually something from my Disneyland trip that I forgot to tell you guys about that was really cool and kind of exclusive that we got to do on our family trip. And then you're asking about like the ultimate Father's Day Disney trip.
Yeah.
I went back to Disneyland this week unexpectedly. And so I know that our listeners would actually get a kick out of this opportunity that I had to go back to Disneyland unexpectedly this week. So I thought I'd call in and share a little bit about how that happened.
Yeah, so go for it. I want to know how you got to go back so quickly. Yeah, go for it.
So I'll start with the family trip because I should have talked about this last week. So we actually dined at Lamplight Lounge as a large family group when we were at Disney's California Adventure. And have you heard of the secret room, The Office, at the Lamplight Lounge?
I've never eaten there. Scott has. Have you, Scott?
I've eaten there. I can't say I've heard of it. Like I bet when you start describing it, Rogers, it may ring a bell, but off the top, I cannot think of what that is.
Yeah, so apparently it's a you can't request this room. You can only be given this room from a cast member, and it's usually for like a party of 9 to 13 guests. Best I could gather online. But whenever we made our reservation, we had 2 separate reservations because we couldn't make a single one for the entire group. And so when we got there, we did exactly what you guys have always advised to do. They make the 2 separate reservations, walk up to the hostess, let them know, we tried, is there any way you can put us together? They said, we'll see what we can do. They said, if you can give us about 10 or 15 minutes, we can probably put you together. And sure enough, they came back, and the lady took us, and she walked us back through the restaurant, and she was making jokes about, are you guys ready to do the dishes in order to get to dine here at Lamplight Lounge today and all this kind of stuff? And next thing we know, we go out this door that looks like you're headed outside, and we're standing in this room with like all the employee lockers. And there's this strange door with all these mechanical pieces on the front of it. And she was like, well, I guess we've got nowhere to go. The only way out of here is if we can figure out how to open this door. And so my niece went up, and there was these knobs and these handles and all these crazy things that she could do to try and open this door. And ultimately, when it opened up, you went into this private room with a table, and then there was like four like bar lounge type chairs with another small table. They had board games hanging up on the wall. They had these self portraits that they explained to us were images that were drawn by the Pixar animators of themselves that were up on the wall. And then it actually had its own private patio that you could actually walk out on and watch the Incredicoaster launch off at the start of the attraction. So that was something really cool and exclusive that we got to do as a family. And whenever they were telling us this, we were like, does Bob Iger eat here when he comes to California Adventure? And they actually said, well, we can't say specifically, but most of the time, if celebrities are in town, this is where they come to eat at in California Adventure. So that was really, really cool. If you look it up online, though, it is in fact a secret room at Lamplight Lounge that's only offered for guests by the cast members.
That's super cool because I've never heard anything about that. And but I mean, it's awesome that cast member played that. Oh, we're just gonna roll through here and see what this door is. Like I'd have been like, where are we going? But I mean, what a great experience. And you got to have, unexpected VIP, behind the scenes there. I love when that kind of stuff happens. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. So if you've got a large party, you're eating at Lamplight Lounge, maybe you'll have a chance to get the office there. And then, yeah, I was actually out in San Jose, California for work this week. And I was kind of playing with the idea of potentially going down to Disneyland, but as any dad would, right? It's like, I don't know that I want to spend the money and that kind of thing. And so the more I got to looking at it, I was like, I'm an hour and 15-minute flight away from LA while I'm out here. Like, how often am I going to be an hour and 15-minute flight away from Disneyland? And so I pulled up Southwest. I booked a flight with points. And then I actually pulled up my Marriott rewards, and I actually stayed at the Fairfield Inn across the street from Disneyland on points. So travel and stay are covered with points, and then we've got an internal kind of reward system at work to where you can cash in those points for different things. I cashed those in for a Disney gift card, for which I paid for my ticket to Disneyland and had enough left over to dine while I was at Disneyland for the day. So literally the only thing that I had to pay for out of my pocket was my Uber to and from the hotel and then back to the airport the next day. So I literally flew down Thursday afternoon, got to my hotel, dropped my stuff, and went and ran around Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure for about 5 hours on Thursday night. Woke up Friday, headed to the airport, and flew home. So it was a really, really cool experience, one that any good Disney dad would have taken advantage of, much like myself, if they would have had the opportunity this week. So it was cool, and I just wanted to call and share because I thought your listeners would get a kick out of it.
You don't have to justify that to us. I mean, that has to be something you justify to your wife, but hey, you're always going to get the okay from us. I mean, hey, it sounds like it would have been a financial disaster if you didn't do that. I mean, the way it was like a loss if you didn't cash in all these benefits. Sign me up. And by the way, with the timing and going to San Jose, I'm starting to connect some dots there. Maybe last week. Possibly. I don't know. Were you there for
what kind of dots are we talking about?
Were you there for a developer conference?
I wasn't. No,
okay.
I wasn't.
Okay, I thought maybe you worked for Apple and you're like an Apple developer because they had their big developer conference last week in Silicon Valley.
No, I wasn't, but I saw a lot of Apple. I saw a lot of Apple employee tags in Silicon Valley.
I was gonna say
sure,
because
we were going out to lunch. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because their worldwide developer conference was last week out in Silicon Valley, and I was like, maybe you're a developer. I don't care. Yeah, it's just like that's super interesting though because I'm an Apple fan person. So
my job's not that cool, but anyways, yeah, I just
either
I
is
thought I was
mine.
going to share. I'm going to open up the phone lines for everybody else because I had some time last week, but I thought you guys and the listeners would appreciate that. It was kind of a cool experience to be back there literally 1 week after I was previously there in an unexpected manner, just kind of on a whim, flew by the seat of my pants down to Disneyland and got in an extra day. Those Disney blues were hitting me. So 2 weeks till our cruise, and so I've just got to hang on till then. But thank you guys for everything you do, and happy Father's Day to you guys,
Hey,
for real.
Same to you, brother. And you know what? I mean, this week, what are you going to do if you just got to stay in Arkansas for a whole week? I mean,
Dude, honestly, I've been on the road. I've traveled for like 17 of the last 18 weeks. So I'm very much looking forward to being home. I'm home for the next 2 weeks, and so I am very excited to be back in the natural state here for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, Rogers, if you went back to Disneyland after Disneyland, who says you can't go back on the Magic after being on the Magic? I'm just saying, like you can do that, right?
It's a good point, Scott. I like that, Scotty G.
All right, you take care.
Let's check on that availability. I know you guys are full for the BOGP, but maybe I'll check and see if they've got a spot, and I'll just act like I'm part of the cruise.
Hey, anytime, man, anytime. We'll give you a high five. Hey, you take care of yourself.
Awesome.
Thanks for calling in. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.
Hey,
bye.
gotta give a shout out to our friend John from Canada. I saw that he was traveling to go on a cruise. He was on our last podcast cruise. Looks like he's sailing on the Wish again tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm jealous of
man.
that. That's pretty awesome.
Get to hang out in the bayou on the Wish. That's a great place.
Oh my God, that might be like my favorite spot on
I set you up because I know
on
you
any
love the
ship.
bayou.
I love the bayou.
I know.
on any Disney ship.
I know like your favorite spots. All right, let me get this. We got another call. The call's rolling in, and we're good. All right, hey, who's our next caller tonight?
Hey, it's Debbie from Gainesville, Florida.
Hey, Debbie. Oh my gosh, chomp chomp. What's going on?
Chomp chomp, go Gators. Yeah,
Easy.
I was calling in to talk about Cool Kids Summer.
Nice. Let's hear it. What's your angle on Cool Kids Summer? I got a little Cool Kids Summer last week.
Oh, absolutely. I went on a best friends trip with my 8-year-old daughter and her bestie, and we got to stay at Wilderness Lodge, and it was amazing. And we really enjoyed, because Disney wasn't just saying Cool Kids Summer over and over again. We really got to experience it. They had activities in the lobby. They had those really neat bags you talked about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We got them for our kids in the room. There were like random characters walking around Magic Kingdom that you don't get to see that often. It was a lot of fun.
Because I didn't know what to expect, right? I mean, I was thinking, I think what I was thinking was, remember, was that like 5 years ago or something when they brought out the rare characters a little bit? It was, Scott, do you remember what that was?
That was a while. That was like 10 years ago.
I know. I know. I think the 1980s were like 10 years ago, dude. My whole thing with time is messed up. But what do they call it? Yeah, seriously, my wife says that all the time. I'm like, remember like
that was
5
called
years
limited
ago?
Time magic.
Let's see. Okay, see, that's what Scotty G's. He's my external brain right there because I can't remember this stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of thought it was going to be, because it wasn't a huge thing. It was like very kind of rare to see them, like we wanted more. But when I went down, I was shocked at like how much there is to Cool Kids Summer. I mean, there's a lot, especially if you stay in those hotels, because the characters are there a lot. There's a lot of activities. You get the bag if you go to check in with all the activities, the stickers, the Bluey stuff. And then, especially at the studios, well, they have it at all 4 parks, because you got the Goofy Core at Epcot. You got the big top stuff back at Magic Kingdom. I don't know where exactly it is at Animal Kingdom. I didn't go to that park, but because I only had 2 days. But that animation courtyard place was so filled with energy and like streetmosphere and characters and jump ropers, and
we did get to see that. Yeah, we were
fun.
at Hollywood Studios one of the days, and we got to see some of the energy there. And actually at Magic Kingdom, on that stage by Tomorrowland, they had a dance party going on with DJs and cast members in cool futuristic outfits, and Stitch was there, and Stitch was dancing with all the kids, and that was awesome because the 2 girls were obsessed with Stitch and practically stalking him for the trip, so they were thrilled.
That's awesome.
It's a Stitch takeover of the world. So you guys are from Gainesville, so you guys went down and made it like a weekend trip, or how's that? Because you're like within striking. I'm always curious, like how you guys do Disney when you're in-state residents.
So so we're annual pass holders. So we do Disney generally 2 ways. We take weekend trips on occasion, but my favorite time to go down is on a hard ticket event day to go to the Magic Kingdom because there's no crowds there and we have to be out by 6 p.m. so we can just drive back that night. And we just got to do everything we want to do.
Nice. So why'd you pick?
That's a good idea.
Another thing, why'd you pick Wilderness? Like all the hotels, why'd you pick that?
So I love the proximity to Magic Kingdom. I love the boat ride. I just love the atmosphere. It's so peaceful there, and the kids' pool area is fantastic. Plus, you get the fun geyser at Geyser Point. Like everything about it just says serene, especially after like a really high sim park day.
You're right. How old were the kids that got to go?
7 and 8.
7 and 8. Oh man, that's perfect. That is, yeah. I mean, God, what an age.
Yeah,
and
so they actually had the bags in the room waiting for us. Like we didn't need to go get them at check-in.
Really? Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
They told us, like the Disney rep said, make sure you tell your guests to go to the check-in and get the bags. But I mean, that's even a step above. You guys were the deluxe. I mean, there you go. That's how it should be.
It was fun. Yeah.
That's cool.
Absolutely. We had a really good. They had a really good AP discount if you got them when the spring deals first dropped. That's how we got Wilderness Lodge. It was awesome.
So, did you guys have any good meals while you were there? Anything like that? Anything?
Oh yeah, we did. First day we were there, we did Epcot, so we can get our little pass holder magnets, and we did Akershus, and that was really cool. I would say I didn't find the food to be specifically kid friendly, but I liked it, and the princesses were amazing. So, and then we did Ohana the next morning because Stitch obsessed children, and that was just out of this world.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cool Kid Summer, but the adults are paying the bill, so you got to have some food you like too. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, we went down for Cool Kid Summer, but we also went to GO82, so too bad.
Yeah. I don't
out.
think Disney would have been pleased with us for abandoning the 7 and 8-year-old to go to GO82.
Well, I mean, like we have the Clubhouse, right? You know, the Discord channel where everybody chats about the shows and stuff and all that stuff. And like the biggest problem we're having is we're trying to basically mutually arrange babysitting for those parents that want to go to GO82 but have kids in tow. So it's like we're trying to figure out how to make that work. Everybody's trying to, well, I want to go to GO82, but I'll have kids. And like, okay, you go, because if there's a time limit, right? You can only be in there for a certain amount of time. So like, okay, you could go and we'll take your kids and go around. It's happening, I think. I don't know how legit this is going to be, but people are talking about it.
I think we just bring the kids to the Goofy Core dance party and we just change out who's babysitting them.
Maybe that's what they were thinking. I don't know. Go ahead, Scott. What you got?
So not related to this. So I was just curious. So there's a time limit. So they kind of come around and just be like, oh yeah, you have to leave now.
Because it's so new, but I think they did, like when they opened it, they announced like a 45-minute time limit. I think.
Yeah, kind of like what they did with Oga's.
It was similar to Oga's,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
But like they weren't kicking people out when we were there. We were there probably an hour and a half. But
Gotcha.
we just kept ordering stuff. I mean, you know, if you're ordering stuff, they're probably not going to boot you out. The stuff's so expensive. I can't imagine. But
yeah, but I guess with the reservations though, like they kind of need to get new people in though.
That is probably true. So. Yeah, I didn't think about that because people are waiting.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear like the Cool Kid Summer is like kicking off really well here, like with the 7 and 8-year-olds. I love hearing that, Debbie. That's awesome.
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful. We got to see Captain Hook and Smee walking around Magic Kingdom and Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, who I hadn't seen since the Springtime Surprise Race. So that was awesome.
Well, man, I love the energy in your call too. Like this brings the show up and it makes me excited to get down there here because we're going to be there. I only get one day at Walt Disney World. We're not going to the parks. We're just going to Disney Springs and going to swim at Boardwalk with my wife that night. But can't wait to get back. It's exciting.
Oh, that's going to be amazing for you. Oh, that's going to be so amazing for you.
Yep.
Yeah, we're actually doing my family. So my nuclear family is going to be staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge for our summer vacation, and then next summer we're booked on the Disney Destiny, and I can't wait. I would love to do a trip report for you.
Oh, absolutely! I can't wait to hear about the Destiny because that ship is it's different, right? Because the Marvel and the Spider-Man on the back and the atrium looks different, and it's going to have different dining experiences. Absolutely, we got to talk about it because I want to sail it too. I've been telling Pam, I'm dropping hints with her like, Pam, you know, I got to do the preview for the Treasure. I kind of like to do that for the Destiny too. Pam, I'm not even dropping like subtle hints at this point.
I thought you were
Pam
dropping
Forrester.
hints to Pam, your wife. Like, hey,
No,
we should book a
there's-
trip on this.
It's so confusing. Well, hey, we might do that too now that she's retired. Hey,
I know,
let's
that's
go.
why I thought you were
Yeah,
getting
hey,
that.
I'm double Pamming right here. I'm Pam Forrester. I'll go on the media thing if you. I'm dropping not subtle hints. I want to go. And Pam Rallman, hey, we have nothing but time. I mean, we don't have hardly any money, but we'll try to catch a deal or something. I don't know. I'm just begging any Pam that's listening right now. I want to sail the Destiny. So there we go. Covering it all.
I mean, but what a great first fall retirement present to your wife to take her on one of the initial sailings. I mean,
yeah, I did tell her, like, if I can, because sometimes they put out these travel agent rates that are really cheap, but they're like just unsold staterooms that are like insides, like, you know, on like a 4-night cruise that's during the week, you know, during
those
like
could
the
be
hard,
good.
They are,
I
but they're like,
kind of want to sail the inside because it's been a while since I've done one.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's what I told her. But I mean, it's always like a last minute thing, like dead in the middle of hurricane season, like in September, you know, like just one that hasn't sold at all. And I'm like, Pam, dude, this is our chance to finally.
How
do
about
something
watching a Mizzou
spontaneous.
football game on a ship?
Well, no,
Like,
it would
that'd
be during
pretty sweet.
no, but usually they're like a Monday to like a Thursday cruise. Like, cause I'm not missing a
Okay.
football game because of Mallory's cheer, right? Because this is her senior
Oh,
year.
that's true. Yeah,
But I'm
senior
like,
year
we
coming.
could do like a Monday to Thursday. Like we could come back, we'd be back by Friday. I'm like, you know, like, but it's probably won't, but it's fun to dream. Maybe next year, but we'll see. Maybe this year, who knows? Half the fun. We all know as Disney fans, right? I mean, I think it's like a 10-to-1 ratio, the dreaming of the trips and the actual trips that take place kind of thing. But, you know, that's what we do. That's why we have podcasts and, you know, message boards and
it's
stuff.
the dreaming of the trip that gets us through the work week.
Well, I mean, you live in Florida, like Scott and I live in Michigan and Missouri. I mean, dude, in January, how many times have we fake planned trips to get out of the snow and the 20
All the
below
time.
wind chills? Ugh, it's brutal. It's the
Oh.
only way you keep alive
Fair.
in these places. You're smarter than us.
So well, this is where we landed. I had one more thing to share
Sure.
with you guys. A while back, you did an episode on extrovert Disney and introvert Disney.
Yeah.
I have people in my family that need sensory-friendly Disney, and I wanted to share with your listeners that if you have people in your travel party that get not just like overwhelmed in the way like an introvert would, but people with sensory issues, like if things are too loud or too peoply or too crowded, it can get mentally overwhelming for them. So we've learned how to navigate sensory-friendly Disney, and on the Disney website for the disability access, they have a whole list of spots in each park where you can go to if you want quieter, less peoply, if you need like lower stim, and it's really, really helpful. So I wanted to share that. So if any of your listeners need that, it's there for them.
That's a huge
That's
tip.
fantastic.
That's a great.
I
I
love
appreciate
that.
you sharing that. Where in the Magic Kingdom is that? I'm just curious. Where do they say?
So-
do you know?
I don't remember off the top. I know there's that little area off of Main Street, like near where you get the cameo portraits done. Back there
Oh yeah, yeah.
tends to be pretty
Yeah,
quiet.
it's called Center Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm forgetting the other places off the top of my head. I don't have my computer up right now, but there's a whole list of them.
No, that makes
Also,
sense.
the baby care centers are
Yes.
fantastic because they usually have a quiet room where if you just need to go and just get some peace and breathe, they're low lit. There's not a lot of smells in there. It's perfect.
Yes, actually, when we were down there for Cool Kids Summer, Ben Lappin, one of our agents, he actually toured them, and you know the Disney rep was telling him about those places, and they told him exactly that if you have somebody that has sensory issues and needs some downtime, those are great places to go because they're quiet, they're cool, they're just super calm, super chill. Yeah, they
Absolutely.
were telling
And
me.
and
Yeah.
some of the resorts really cater to it just naturally too. Port Orleans Riverside has one of the best. It's one of the quietest, it's one of the best vibes. Wilderness Lodge also has
Oh,
more of a
yes.
quieter vibe to it, and they're really good for listeners who may have family members that need when they leave the parks to have, you know, not the Pop Century stuff all in your face, but to have lower stim to recover. So, and I love Pop Century. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating
yeah.
on Pop.
No, same. I mean, I love the energy of it, but there's been many times I've left the Magic Kingdom, caught a boat over to Wilderness Lodge, and like went upstairs, like to that little fire, not the big fireplace, the little fireplace. It's like up on like the 4th floor, and just took a nap in one of those couches. Like, you know, I just not laid out. I haven't laid out. I just sat there, but I fell asleep because I'm just like, oh, I just need a break. I can't have all the stimulus like constantly because man, the Magic Kingdom's a lot.
Yeah.
For everybody. Oh, wait.
It is.
Oh,
It
yeah.
can be. It can be.
Oh
For
my
sure.
God, it's you know, it's in the summer with all the heat and stuff. Yeah, But great call. Hey, we appreciate you calling in. Thank you for that. That's great. That's an awesome call.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And it's a pleasure. Both of you guys, your show makes my day. I listen to it on my way to and from work. It gives me great ideas for my family. And I just want to say thank you so much for what you do. You bring joy to so many.
Hey,
and I'll let you go and free up the line.
You just
Thank
made
you,
my
Debbie.
week. Thank you so much. And don't be a stranger. Give us a call any Sunday night. We love talking to you. And you stay safe down in Florida.
Awesome.
All right. You
Thank
take care.
you guys. And I hope you guys get down to Disney soon. Bye-bye.
3 weeks.
We will.
We'll see you.
3 weeks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. We have the best listeners. I mean, aren't they the kindest? It just blows me away. All right. So
Do we have another call waiting? Because I have a funny question for
go
you.
ahead.
or a
Yeah,
comment.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm in this weird limbo right now. I hate that I'm in this situation. So from this point, I leave in like 18 days, I think, for the trip. And I'm showing you on screen. I need a haircut.
Dude, okay.
But-
I was thinking, dude,
But
we
I'm
are
too
so like
far.
this
but I'm in a
morning when
weird
I got out of
limbo.
the shower, I thought the exact same thing. I'm like,
Like-
dude, I got to stretch it till because I don't leave.
See,
for
I got
2,
this.
3
I'm like
weeks.
reversed. I got these like weird wings
Yep.
coming out on the side, but
I was thinking the same
but-
thing this
so I
morning.
need my haircut. Like I'm gonna go to work tomorrow looking like ridiculous. I feel like, but like I'm too far away from the trip because if I get my haircut now,
You just gotta
I
get
can't
two haircuts.
get my haircut
You
like
gotta
2
get two
weeks from
hair.
now
You gotta
again.
you gotta get 2 haircuts. That's what you.
I don't
gotta
think
do.
I can because if I can't go into the barber seat 2 weeks from now again, and like they're gonna be like, there's nothing to cut.
Can't they just like
So I
give
think
you
I'm
a
gonna-
trim? I mean, what do you?
I think I'm
don't
gonna
know.
write it
I've
out. I
never
think I'm
done
gonna
that.
write it
I-
out
I
and
don't
just
know.
and just have
Dude.
longer hair on the
See,
trip. Is
Here's
what
the
it
thing,
is.
like that's the greatest thing about my job, right? I have a hat on my head unless I'm sleeping. Like I mean, honestly,
See, I don't have a hat on
This
my
is
head
what
at
I
work.
look like at work. This is my work. This is what I do. I just sit here and type in this,
So I
in this
might.
chair.
So I work at home Thursday, Friday. So here's what I was thinking.
He's got
So
calling sick.
I was like, can I grind 3 more days in the office with these wings coming out off the side? Maybe potentially wear a hat on a couple meetings on Thursday, Friday, get it over the next weekend, and then I should be good.
You'll
Where it's not where I'll be safe.
Scotty
you know,
Sasquatch.
So, but yeah, I did
No.
not set up myself correctly here. I meant to get a haircut like right before graduation for Emily.
Yeah,
And
dude,
then I
it's-
would have
it's-
taken,
it's
then
a
it would have
thing.
been another 4 to 5
Yep.
weeks before the trip. And I totally missed it.
I mean, I'm riding mine out until the vacation, like because I noticed this morning right out of the shower and I was looking, I'm like, ooh, I kind of need a haircut now, but I'm like,
I'm normally
I
a
can't.
pro at it. I'm normally really
No,
good at timing it.
I'm the same way, dude. I was like, I gotta ride this sucker out for like another 2.5 weeks, but it's gonna be a mess. But then I'm getting my money's worth out of that $17 cut with my coupon. Great clips when it's time. When
Or I just book a Books Harbor. Oh no, Hooks isn't on this ship. That's right. Shoot.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is no Hooks Barber. Yeah, when I leave Great Clips that time, it is gonna be like, whoa. They're gonna be like, dude, what just happened in this chair? Anyway, 407-584-7173. You got a haircutting question? We got your answer. But we're talking Disney. We haven't even asked the list question. So yeah, next person calls in, we can do a list thing. But great calls though. We had a question though from Erica. Says if Disney has fall winter discounts, would they have already been posted on their website? Did they put those out later this year? I can't find much, at least for hotel discounts past mid-October. Nope, they're not out that far yet. But they should be coming out. If they're going to come out, they'll come out soon. All right, we got our next call. So, we had 2 at the same time. I think this will work. Hello, caller, are you there?
Hello,
Hello, who's this?
this is Dennis from Indianapolis.
Dennis, what's going on? Our favorite photographer. What's up?
Thank you. I thought I'd call in and give you a quick report on my trip to Disneyland last month.
Yes, some of you guys give me Disneyland fever. Gotta get
Well,
out
it's
there.
still there,
I know. I gotta get out
and
there.
you got a
but-
trip planned.
I do, but not till late January, but I'll make it. So give some highlights. What do you got? We've been seeing some pictures, but let us know here on the show so everybody can hear it on Thursday on the feed. And we have almost record numbers tuned in live tonight, which is crazy since it's a holiday, but we'll take it
Okay, great.
Holiday.
for us. Go ahead.
Through a strange quirk of luck, the first day of my trip was on the last day of Season of the Force, Star Wars, and the last day was the first day of the 70th anniversary. So I got to ride Hyperspace Mountain, and I got to see Paint the Night.
Man, what
That's
good
And
pretty
in
luck.
sweet.
between, go ahead.
So that's good luck right there. It's good. Was it planning or just kind of you fell into it?
The only thing I was hoping for was Season of the Force because of the timing. I didn't know anything about launching the 70th when I made the reservations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was pure luck. But in between, the friend that went with me is a D23 member, and we went to the Walt Disney Studios and took a tour there, which was really interesting.
Now, let me ask you about that. So can anybody, or do you have to be a D23 certain level member to schedule that, or can general public do that? How does that work to get in there?
I think, I don't know the details. I have them written down somewhere, but the D23 members could look and find out.
Yeah, I was just curious if it's like impossible to do, or if you have to have connections or some kind of.
No, I mean it's like they run 2 or 3 tours a day, 5 days a week. So there's plenty of capacity.
Okay.
And I'm not a member, but I was able to go as a +1.
Yep, that's the best way.
It was reasonably priced for a Disney thing, of course. But yeah, it was fun, and actually going into Walt's office was the highlight of the whole trip. I mean, they've restored it to the way it was when he left it, and you can't touch anything, you can't sit anywhere, but just being there is just crazy cool.
That would be special. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd really love to see that.
And then that evening we went to the Tam O'Shanter, which was Walt's favorite restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And a really nice dinner. We tried to get to sit at Walt's table, but they said, well, we just started this new thing where we're charging for the special Table 31 experience. So it's basically a prefix meal. Somebody comes over and tells you about Walt and the restaurant and what the relationship was. And it'd be really cool, but, they started it and didn't tell us. So we didn't have the option to do it.
Yeah, somebody saw, I guess, an opportunity to make a little extra money, but that sounds almost so Disney, right? It's like they took their cue from Disney themselves. Like, we're going to take this and make this a premium experience for everybody. I mean, it sounds like it is a cool, you get the whole backstory, you get a whole, menu, but in a way, it's kind of nice just to walk in, get to sit at the table and order, the chili, and isn't that what most people got was the bowl of chili?
That's on the menu. I mean, that's that's part of the fixed menu.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You get all of Walt's favorites.
Yep.
But I posted the link to the information on the Discord just a few minutes ago. So
nice.
If anybody's interested, go to the Southern California chat.
Check that out.
So let's see what else. Took the Disneyland Railroad guided tour, which was really interesting. It's a walking tour from the front of the park to the back of the park. The guide stops various places, tells you about Walt and his relationship to trains, and little tidbits about where the locomotives came from, and just the history of the Disneyland Railroad. And then once we get to the back of the park, we get on the Toontown station and get on the train, and we ride on the Lily Bell parlor car.
Nice.
Nice.
That's normally reserved for VIPs,
yeah.
So it was kind of nice.
That is.
And then Friday was the first day of the 70th. The lines were ridiculous waiting to get in.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, a lot of people apparently were going for either characters in their special costumes or merchandise because the wait times were ridiculously short. I've never seen them that short at Disneyland.
I saw you posting that. Yeah, I saw you posting that day because like the crowds looked insane, but then you were posting like wait times are almost non-existent. I was like, well, you must not be going after the merch because that looked like everybody's going after those.
Where all the wait times were.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like everybody was going after those big keys and all that stuff that day.
Yeah, there were a lot of big keys going around.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Dennis is doing it right. He's just going on the attractions.
Yeah. But Paint the Night is very, very similar to the way it was before. I saw it in 2016. And they've added a few characters, big giant puppets. of Lumiere, Genie, and Tigger. The floats are pretty much the same. The different units are pretty much the same, and it's still the best parade I've ever seen.
I gotta see
And
it.
the tip for anybody, if they're running 2 parades, the first one starts at Small World and goes to Town Square. The second one starts in Town Square and comes back to Small World. So if you're getting there, Small World is a great place to wait. It tends to have a slower crowd. That's my tip of the day.
That's a good tip.
So let me ask you this though, because I'll be seeing it at least in January, hopefully sometime before, maybe in the fall, or who knows, maybe I can get it. I don't know. Hopefully before, but where would you say is the best place to see it? Main Street, if you get a chance.
Well, I've not seen it in Main Street. I mean, parades are always good in Main Street. We saw the first parade it was near the castle restrooms,
Okay.
which was not a bad place. The warning is they close the castle restrooms quite some time, like 30 minutes before the parade starts. So if you have anyone in your party with a small bladder, that could be a problem. And then Small World, I like, especially for the second parade, because you've got a better view of it coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I've watched most of the parades at Disneyland from back there because it's a good place to get a seat without a long wait. Maybe an hour instead of 2 hours.
Yeah, because they like to line up early out there.
Yeah, and they're not supposed to line up for before 2 hours in advance, but they do.
Yeah, because I saw that they posted something, starting when Paint the Night started this time around, that there was like an actual posting, like, do not stake your spot. Was 2 hours you said before? I saw that sign. Yeah. It's good that they're enforcing it though.
Yeah. So that's the highlights. I mean, had dinner, lots of places, saw Fantasmic, rode a lot of rides.
That was fantastic. Where'd you sit for that?
We did the Riverbell Terrace dining package for the first show, and that's in the front, slightly off to the right of center line of the stage. So it's a good spot. Both times I've seen it was from that same spot, and both times I got a little water from the water screens. Even though this time the rain or the wind was from my back, but still there was some water coming off the screens from the front. So I think they have fans blowing.
It's Disneyland magic.
Yeah. But the
doesn't matter where the wind is, you will get wet during Fantasmic.
Yes.
You
will get wet. You may get soaked. Yeah.
Exactly.
The one difference that I noticed from the last time I saw it was the Columbia. The scene on that is Peter Pan now, and last time it was Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've heard that.
Oh,
I know. I don't know. I like pirates, but I mean, I'm open to new things. But man, the pirates are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's my jam.
I mean, it's cool either way.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah.
And the dragon, no dragon. I think they had some kind of projection on the lower part of the stage, but there was nothing that even looked like a dragon out there.
How's Riverbell Terrace as a restaurant? I've never eaten there. Is that just average, or I mean, it looks? I mean, I'm intrigued by it. What do you think?
It's nice. It's good food.
Good food.
Yeah, I mean, they have a recommended menu, but you can order anything off of it if you're doing the Fantasmic package. And just like at Disney World, for like kind of like processional, you just make your reservation, go into the restaurant, and they say, "Oh, are you here for the package?"
Sounds good. You have me itching to go out there. I don't need a key. That's the thing. I'm still not sold that I need one of those big old keys. But other than that, I'm ready to go. I need to see Paint the Night. Paint the Night. Whenever I see people posting those pictures, I'm just like, it looks like the coolest parade ever. Because I was a huge Spectro fan and huge Main Street Electrical parade fan. Like, I just love the music, the lights, the whole, just the ambiance of a nighttime parade. And Paint the Night just looks incredible in pictures, and it has to look better in person. It has to.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, see, I know, and then
It's really great.
Scott's always talked about it, like how cool it is. Like I just missed it, I never got to see it, so I'm just glad that it came back. That I'll get an opportunity to. But I can't wait till January. It seems so far away, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it'll pass quickly.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, everything's going quick nowadays. But yeah, but
They say the older you get,
yeah,
the faster time flies. Well, I'm getting close to hyperspeed.
Exactly. You're like Chewy, get your hand off the handle there. Exactly. I hear you. Oh my gosh. Well, great trip report, Dennis. We're so good to hear from you tonight. It's great. We appreciate you calling in.
Oh, no problem.
All right. Well, you take care of yourself, man. Good talking to you.
Right. Good talking to you guys.
All right. You take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one, Dennis.
Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Did I just,
Good Disneyland update there from Dennis.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. And
70th anniversary. I was kind of like, I shouldn't have been surprised if they were going to do something for their 70th, because they did like the 60th, obviously, 65th, 70th. But it's like, man, like you knew they're going to do something big for the 75th. So, but why would they not do a 70th, right?
that's a good point.
But we got another call coming.
Guess what? We do. We have
Oh, we
tons
do?
of people tuned in live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And we have our next caller. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike, it's TJ from Chicago.
TJ, what's up in Chicago? Say hi to my daughter who's up there today.
I'm actually en route to going to Columbus right now, so.
Oh, well, say hi to her when you get back.
Sounds good. So, what's going on? I'm just looking to pass time while I'm driving. I have not been listening to the show.
Oh, not much.
So I got a question for you guys.
Joe, go ahead. What's your question?
So, looking at on both coasts, we got Disneyland 70. We've got a lot of updates going on at World. We've got the nighttime parade coming through. If someone was looking to plan a trip, where would you steer them towards?
Man, that's a tough call. I think it totally depends on like if you're a first timer, if you're a veteran traveler. I'm gonna give that one to Scott because I don't know because I think I'm too close to it.
That is always too tough.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
As much as I love Disneyland, I still like taking people to Walt Disney World just
so.
because of like the scope of it, because of like it's the vacation kingdom, right? Like
Right.
I just love the resorts, like all the different like travel options from the monorail to the Skyliner to the boats. I just feel like that feels more vacation like, just because of like once you're there, like you're in like that Disney bubble where when you go to Anaheim, you still kind of like, unless if you're staying on property there, like you're kind of like in the streets of Anaheim a little bit. So that's why I really like, if you're looking for like that Disney ultimate vacation, I feel like putting them towards Walt Disney World would kind of be my pick.
That's a great point because you don't get the guy in the corner that's like shooting off the little trinkets and selling the hot air balloons and stuff.
Plus, you get like 4 different parks. Like it's funny because like both, if you add up like all the attractions, like they're kind of equal, right? Because there's so many things to do at the 2 parks at Disneyland. But I just like, I like having like 4 different parks to go to each day. You can be like, all right, today we're going to go to Animal Kingdom. Today we're going to Hollywood Studios. And now we're going to go to Epcot. I just like, for like a big family vacation, I just feel like going to Walt Disney World would be like a little more robust, like a fun little family thing.
I agree with that.
And totally get it. You can't beat the bubble that they have down in Florida. I've only been to Disneyland once. But yeah, having to break the bubble, I was staying at a Good Neighbor hotel, and having to break the bubble every day takes.
It's not like it takes the magic away, but it's, it kind of takes the magic away, right? It's just nice being in that bubble.
100%. So, and that's where I was kind of leaning towards Disneyland. If you go and stay on site at Disneyland Hotel or something like that. Just because of the stuff with the 70th, that being such a limited time, I missed the stuff with the 60th, and seeing Paint the Night and some of that stuff just looks absolutely awesome what they got going on up there.
That's a good point.
That's a good argument too, TJ.
I know, it is. But Scott really put it really well, because I think like for a first time we're going down there to World, you get just immersed in it all, right? As soon as you get on property, you're like, holy cow, there's so many hotels. Like I can ride a monorail, I can ride a Skyliner, I can ride a boat, even the buses are so much different.
And the dining, I love the dining. I think the
Exactly.
dining has more options there too, and and that just depends on whoever is traveling. Every person's different, right? But like to me, like the dining experience where you're conversing with your party, like that's part of the vacation to me too, right? So like that's a big deal to me, but maybe not everybody, but I don't know. Well, like then you start talking about like unique experiences at the 70th too, right? Like, oh man, because like what's unique at World right now? I mean, you got the cool kids summer, so I don't know what the age demographics are, but like that's cool, right? You got the cool kid summer thing going on, but and you got the water parks too. Like water parks, that's pretty fun too. Oh man, I don't know, TJ. I'm leaning towards World.
Well, none of my kids count as kids anymore. They're all over 18, so I don't think Cool Kid Summer is. Where
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, we're right with you too. So we're there. Yeah.
Cool adult kids. There you go.
Exactly. I mean, you're sitting there driving to Columbus, giving us a tough question, man. You're thinking them up. But I think though that you would have people like first timers. I think it's easier to go for a first timer to go to World to kind of fall in love with the whole Disney experience and then go to Disneyland after a couple trips. I mean, but again, I'm saying it because that's how I did it, right? I don't know how I would have felt about Disneyland if I would have gone there for the first time and then went to World. I don't know what that would have been like because I didn't do it, but I fell in love with the whole, I mean, that's why I'm doing a podcast. That's why I have a sticker on my car. I have all this stuff because I have monorail under my Christmas tree because when I went to Walt Disney World, I was like, this is like no other place on earth, man. This is just like when you get here. But I mean, again, it was also like back in the Magical Express days, like, and like you literally you were more in a bubble than you are today, even, like you got immersed, like, your luggage showed up at your hotel, like from your home airport. It was even more immersive than it is now. But that bubble thing was so strong because you had even like Stacy on the TV. We don't have that anymore. I would say it was, 25% even stronger back in the day, that feeling of like, there is no reality once you get to Orlando other than like, this is Disney 24/7. But I love that. I mean, it's why I think it's why we're all here.
I'm with you, but I'm like Scotty and Pam where I usually rent a car for getting this. I never really did Magical Express too much.
Yeah. See, I was all in like, even when we drove though, cause like we used to drive because I was scared to fly. My rule was like, we would drive, but we would leave that as soon as we got there, we'd stay at Pop. As soon as we got there though, we never touched the car. That was my rule because we had driven 15 hours the rest of the trip and we'd stay for like 10 days because we were both teachers at the time. We were not allowed to touch that car because we wanted to be like Disney vacationers. Like that's what I said. Like we are Disney vacationers. We are only going to get around on just Disney transportation. So even if like we went hotel to hotel, I mean, this is how we were. Like, this is how pure Disney people we were. Because back then, Uber wasn't even a thing, right? This was before Uber and Lyft and all that. Like, we would do the, remember, I don't even know if you remember this. Like, this is how old I am. They had those, like, resort transportation guides. Like, it would be like a grid, right? And it would say, like, to get from here to here. So, like, if I want to go to Old Key West to get dinner and say I was staying at Pop Century, you would look and it would say, like, take a bus to Hollywood Studios and then get off at Hollywood Studios and take a bus to Old Key West, right? It would give you that.
I totally remember what you're talking about, where it would take up like 2 pages just showing the matrix of it.
But it wasn't that hard. I mean, it really wasn't that hard. Or go to Disney Springs, right? And then transfer to an Old Key West bus. But that's what we did. Like, I mean, that, but it was, what? Here's the thing. Was it efficient? No. But was it fun? Yes. Like, sometimes we'd, we'd ride a boat on the Sassagoula River. Did we need to? No, but we had a good time. It was so fun. Like, we didn't care. It was the summer. We were on vacation. Who cared if we were on a bus? We didn't care. It was fun.
Right. As you guys have said in the past, the air conditioner on those buses works pretty dang good.
Oh gosh, it's the best in the summer.
Totally.
Just keep riding around like, like this is my bus stop for Caribbean Beach. Like, no, I'm gonna stick around and wait till Jamaica. I want to keep riding.
Let's keep going.
Oh man, good stuff.
Cool. All right, well, we're at the top of the hour and let you guys go, but just wanted to give a call and say hey.
Hey, we appreciate it, and you stay safe out there on the roads.
Yeah, good to check in with you, TJ.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Happy Father's Day. Take care.
You too, and Scotty, go green.
Go white, baby.
Watch out. He'll be giving you a big blue soon, so be careful.
No, I won't.
Although I need Murray State. I need you guys to cheer for Murray State in the College World Series.
Yeah, we will. We will, for sure.
Yeah, go Racers. There you go.
Yeah, I got one that just graduated from there, and another one that's a sophomore there. So
There we go.
They're
All
great
right,
that's story
yeah.
of sports right now.
They're a
So,
great story.
All right.
There you go. Go Racers. All right. We'll see you later. Take care. Be safe.
see ya.
All right. Bye-bye. All
TJ
right.
has some family that's close to here in Hazlet, Michigan, if I recall. So like,
I've seen Hazlitt when I've seen you.
Yeah, so he grew up a little bit of Sparty. He's got some Sparty fandom in him.
And I saw that you were by the UFO house today because you were in DeWitt when I looked.
I was my in-laws called me and said they were watching that episode today. Like, strangely enough, they didn't know about what we were talking about on the podcast the other day either. But they know the UFO house, obviously. But
That's so funny.
yeah,
The UFO
I had no idea,
house.
man. Liz, did I tell you how that house, like, I told you on FaceTime the other day how like that house freaked Liz out back in the day.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yes, that's what we do. And we have record number of people tuned in as we wrap up the show, as it always
That's
is, like tuned in as we wrap the show.
I know. They're gonna be like, Scott and Mike, why don't you guys go 2 hours?
No, that's what we don't do because my wife.
There's a time you did because remember WDW Today used to go.
We used
2
to
hours.
do 2 hours, but we only did it once a month. We did
Once
it
a
on
month, yeah.
we did it 2 hours on the last Sunday of the month. Now we do
Yep.
it at 1 hour every Sunday. So
it's actually more hours.
it is more hours. And yes, so there's that. And remember during COVID, we did a show 7 days a week. So nobody can say we don't do enough shows. We do a lot.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot.
My wife's like, you do a lot of shows. I'm like, yes, we do a lot of shows. She's like, you love it. Because I think I said, we might not do a show. She's like, you are going to do a show. She's like, shut up. You love doing those shows. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do a show because I like doing them. Because I was like, I'm so full. It was when I was walking out of LS Tech. I was like, man, I just ate too much. I don't think I can do it. And that's what it was. We were walking out to the Jeep and I was like, bam. I just ate too many fajitas, man. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the podcast. She's like, you're gonna do the podcast. I'm like, yeah, I will. She's like, because you could not do that podcast. I'm like, she's like, you have dragged yourself out of the hospital to do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I've told the doctors, but I have a podcast. Can I get out of here? And they're like, what? Like, yeah,
Oh my
never. I got a streak. Keep alive.
You like unhooked yourself to like all the
Exactly,
kids.
like, all the nurses
So, like,
come in.
just set up the studio here in the room.
They're running in with those paddles.
Yeah. He's like, you're unconscious. Like, then they hit the clear. This is Mike from the BR Guest Podcast. You're tuned in to episode 2245.
Exactly. I gotta get to 3,000. Hit him with 28 joules. I gotta make it to 3,000 anyway. All right, so we gotta wrap this show up. That's
See,
what
we lost
happens.
viewers now.
I'm sure. No, they're gonna be like, this train is going off the tracks. All right, so we're gonna have some great shows this week. We have a fun trip report with Matt from New York. Oh my gosh, the show for Monday is awesome. Matt from New York. He's from Long Island. Of course, we already recorded it because it's coming out in less than an hour. Man, it's great that comes out the day after Father's Day because he just tells stories about taking his kids and his whole family. But it's just one story after the next about why we go to Disney, just the small moments. He shares these small moments. And like, the more I got to talk to him about these things, I was just sitting there like, thanks for reminding us that it's not always about the big ADR or like that, third ride on Guardians, even though he did ride Guardians with his in-laws, which I thought was awesome. I was like, that's cool. But it was just about the interactions, small interactions, and the fun times he got to have with his family. I think everybody's going to really love the show on Monday. So I'm just saying, like, Matt was a great guest, so I appreciated him from Long Island. So I think you'll love that show on Monday. Then Wednesday, we'll have listener questions. Friday, we'll have the topical show. And we'll have the shows, continuing on. So tune in. We appreciate you. Don't forget, our podcasts are always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. So we'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure, whether it's down to Walt Disney World, traveling out to see all the 70th anniversary activities out at Disneyland, or sailing the Disney Cruise Line, where we are going to be in 3 weeks. So no live show in 3 weeks but we are going to broadcast some from the ship. I will say that. Impromptu little things. But we won't have a show that Sunday night. So we'll have 2 more. But if you want to book your next trip, we'd love to help you. It is absolutely free to you, and you get little booking bonuses, onboard credits for Disney cruises, Disney gift cards for Walt Disney World, Disneyland trips, and more. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. Just that one extra click through, and it takes you right back to Amazon. Supports our show. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You keep us on the air. It helps us pay for all this video hosting, the audio hosting, the bandwidth, the website, all that stuff comes due, and that's where all the money goes. So thank you for that. It's $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. And a huge thank you to our patrons who are already over there. We appreciate you so much. Let's see. You can follow us on social media. Be Our Guest Mike, X.com, Instagram, and Threads. Scott is at EpScott, EPSCOT, but you know where to follow him. It's Must See Adventures. And as this show, because we're live on a Sunday night, Father's Day, June 15th, as this show is out right now, we're wrapping, but that doesn't mean you need to tune out of YouTube. If you're tuned on YouTube, you need to go check out the latest episode of Must See Adventures, because I think I saw the Hawaii Five-0 statue, correct, in the latest episode?
You did. There's a couple Hawaii Five-0 in this next episode. Yeah, so we dropped our new episode. We explored it's like the backyard rainforest, they kind of call it, of Honolulu. So Liz and I explore a lot of cool sites. As I'm talking this, JJ Spawn just hit a miracle putt. He's going to be our 125th U.S. Open champion. So congratulations to him. That was an awesome putt he just hit. Anyway, very cool. Like, we almost hit like 200 views already today on the episode. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, like, you're going to see great sights, great views of Honolulu.
Oh my God. So I'm behind you because I'm streaming. He just hit it here. That thing was from downtown, by the way.
I
Didn't
know.
blow up your
I mean,
spot.
he basically had it
Holy
wrapped
cow,
up
he hit
anyway.
that thing from the bleachers.
I mean, if he two putts, he wins, but like, he just like, you know what? He flexed on everyone, said, no, I'm going to make this thing and go under par instead. Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Awesome. It was an awesome day in Honolulu. It's our last night at the Royal Hawaiian. So awesome views of Honolulu. Like, please check it out, like and subscribe. The videos have gotten so much better from my editing and the video quality. So if you stopped watching them, like, I highly encourage you to come back and check them out, because like, I think you're missing out. I think they're pretty good, and I appreciate Mike letting me talk about them on the podcast, because I think they're a lot of fun. I think you'll dig them too.
They're awesome. So make sure you like and subscribe. Not that 700-foot putt that just happened, but the videos over there at Must See Adventures. Like and subscribe. Must See Adventures on YouTube. So much fun. Touring through Hawaii. Check it out today. Must See Adventures. Go over there. Oh my God. I was behind. I wasn't even paying attention. You mentioned the guy hit the putt, and I'm like, he's lining up a putt, but there's no way he makes it from there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He's
I mean, you only had the 2 putt, but like, why not? Why not just make that one?
I was like,
That
dude,
was
the guy's
amazing.
putting from the grandstand.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty thing about the open line. We only do this on the open line episode. Like, we would edit this out.
Exactly. We keep this all in there because this is real. This is us. We have Sunday nights are just for Mike and Scott having fun. And if you're going on the podcast cruise, this is what it's going to be like for 5 days. But
plug that. I mean, it's not too late, right? You can still book.
Dude, you can. I mean, yeah.
You might miss out on a cool little gift that the gardeners are making right now.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine this. It's like
should I share the logo real quick?
Let's go.
No, we can do it next week. We can do it next week. Or
should we?
We'll do it next week.
We'll save it for next week. But yeah, I mean, it's like this for 5 days with mixology and tequila tasting, and we get to sit on the beach. I mean, come on now, 2 beaches. We get to go to Lighthouse Point, and we get to go to Castaway Key. It's going to be awesome.
It's fun. It's a fun time for sure.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so what else do we? Oh, we got the clubhouse that goes 24/7, 365. So come on over, beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. I guess MasterCard guy just got second on his collar, right? Hovland.
Victor Hovland.
I don't know the golfers. All right. So we are going to get out of here. See you over the clubhouse, because I'm sure that the Sports Center channel is burning up and everybody's talking about it. So we'll get over there, but we'll see you this week on the shows. Thanks for hanging with us. We love that we can just be us and we can all just have fun together, because Disney is fun and our community is the best. So for all the Disney dads out there, one more time, hope you have a wonderful rest of your Father's Day. Thanks to everybody for being a part of our community. You guys are the best. And until we talk to you again, we're Scotty G over at Must See Adventures up in Michigan. I'm Mike here in Missouri. You guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.